What's up, everybody? YL. We're going to check out Bitcoin and the total market, crypto market today. We're going to look at a few different assets: Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. I'm just going to post this in our Discord, so if anybody wants to join, they can do so. The 3-minute let long as well. So I'm actually in a position which I'll be trying to watch my trade and do this video. So let's get into it. We're going to look at Bitcoin first. We're going to look at the Bitcoin CME futures, and we're going to look at Bitcoin, the market cap just of Bitcoin, to see where it's headed, if it's on a bull trend, and yeah, kind of where it's kind of headed. As you can see, the Bitcoin market cap and the market cap in general kind of emulates exactly the price, just it's a market cap and not the price. So let's get into it. These are stuff that I wanted to look at first because this is something a lot of people were watching, and these are the gaps in the CME in the futures. So with gaps, you have, the rule of thumb is that always all gaps get filled. And we had this huge gap from 99.75 all the way to 88.45, this huge drop. And I was, for crypto, I put them against the bodies. The wicks are pretty aggressive, and you can see that we got rejected here. And these doji-like candlesticks, and then you got the bearish engulfing right here, and we got rejected pretty hard. So you can see that if we look previously, that this gap here, this was March 12th right here, where we had that huge COVID drop. This gap right here, it got filled up on this side, and we can see more examples of gaps being filled. Gap right here being filled, gap right here being filled. This gap right here took a very long time, but it got filled. You see, it got filled with this candle right here. Actually, it got filled with this wick right here. But you can see, so I like to see on the 4 hours as well. That's kind of the lowest I'll do on the CME futures, and I am seeing another gap here. So this isn't of a major one, and I know definitely we're going to crush this gap right here. Is it going to be now, or are we going to kind of get rejected by it? So this kind of gap is a bearish indicator. And for me, I see a gap, and then I see kind of a bearish flag. So like a continuation pattern. This is pretty evident. You got the flag right here. You got, where's the end candle? Whatever. You know what I mean? So I am seeing maybe we get a retest of this and get rejected here. So that would be, activate short trade and then keep coming down. With post halving data, we have trended down and sideways. I think it was for 3 weeks and up to 30%. So from 10 grand, we could see up to 7K. So we have a little gap here. I on the 4 hour in the CME, and I am expecting us to come down, but anything can happen. I don't know where the price is going. It is very evident. This is on Bitcoin on the monthly. I'm just going to go from here. It's very evident that we are creating lower highs, however you want to put this, or we could do it from here too. I don't get too nitpicky on this stream because, it doesn't matter. But you can see as we are creating lower highs and lower lows, and this is just, it's getting very close. On the monthly, this is one of my projections. If we get kind of, a lot of people think we're short here, and the market structure is showing a ton of, confirmations that we're going short. Even if we go on the weekly, because this is very compressed on the monthly. If we go on the weekly, this is very clear now that we have a clear downtrend. I don't need to draw a channel, but screw it. Parallel channel from here to here. You know what I mean? This is a downward channel, however way I want to put it. We had an aggressive push out here because of COVID, and we jumped right back up. But as you can see, this is a downward channel, and it's almost 3 years we've been in a prolonged bear market. We've had on the lower time frames, we've had higher highs. As you can see, we've had this one as well. This one coming from 3,000 testing 14 grand, from 3,800 testing almost 10 grand. So we've had short-term change of trends, short-term higher highs and higher lows. But on the monthly, on the weekly, we haven't broken that trend. And when we do, this will catapult and this will come and test these lows in the future. Maybe like, when we drop from 50 grand, let's say, we'll be testing 10K, 8K as the lowest price. Or we'll never see 4 digits again. But this is very clear on the weekly that we're on a downward channel. And with the world state, with COVID and everything, we can easily get a move down. But this is so clear, and I think a lot of people are potentially going short here. The FOMO kind of rubbed off with the halving. So if we go back to the monthly, I am seeing, because you can see all these wicks. So it gets very wicky up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the monthly, because there's only 6 days. Notice there's only 6 days and 7 hours for the month to close. So this is one of my theories that if the monthly closes up here at 10,465, or you know what, even closes, let me see if I can get this on the weekly. No, it would be the monthly. I think if we can kind of get up here, or maybe even get over these highs, that would get everybody long, and it would kind of create this almost double top here, because double top is a slight double bottom as well, slightly lower than the actual first higher low. It's not actual, the same price, and you get that toppy look. So it's already looking very top. There's a lot of people going short, and I think the market's job is to separate people from their money, to separate people from their Bitcoin. So it can go both ways here. I don't claim to know the price. I just do my best on analyzing what I see. So on the weekly, I had this super important trend line right here as well, which I was watching to break when we first broke down over below the 200 EMA. We broke above it. And the first week we tried to break this trend line, as you can see, was used. And if I pull it all the way back, it shows you how strong this actual trend line is. So a support here, resistance, and then we broke above and we used it to bounce off, and now we're above the 200, the 50 EMA. So I can see definitely a shakeout type of wick move as we saw here, because Bitcoin offers a lot of opportunity if you understand the wicks and where they try to shake people out. So textbook, people would have their stop loss about 3.5%, 3.5, 3%, anywhere from 2 to 5% under a moving average. And like I said, market makers and whales, their jobs are to shake you out. So I look for areas with a ton of wicks. So as you can see right here, this is perfect for me. This is perfect for me. It's right under the 50 moving day average by about 4.55%. So this would be an aggressive wick right under. And then if we went to continue up, if we went to continue from up here, so that's kind of where it would be like 76, right under 78. That would be like I catch a wick. You know what I mean? And that's like instantly in profit, no drawdown, and I'd definitely play a close stop to that. So that's where I think we can see on the weekly. If we're going back down, I want to look at the 2 weeks, because I know a lot of people hold they hold value to the 2-week trend. So we have this doji right here, and the doji's low is 81.60. So if that gets broken, and a lot of people would activate kind of a short. So you can see 2-week low, didn't break, 2-week low, didn't break, 2-week low, didn't break, 2-week low, didn't break, 2-week low, didn't break. 2-week low broke here, went short, broke the high here, didn't break. When it broke the low here, look at that massive drop, but that was Corona as well. So, but you can just see that a lot of people do hold weight to that. So I do look at that as well. Move to the weekly, move to the 8-day. We are going to see a 9. We saw a 9 right here, looking pretty toppy. This was an amazing short for a 9, especially right here. But you can see that some people, I would wait for the next candle for confirmation, and there was this candle that gave you that much confirmation. But with this much of a pullback, it's kind of, you might be thinking it's too late, and you definitely missed that 9 move, in my opinion. You can get a retracement up to 50% of the engulfing, which I am looking to see. So if we just keep going, and I'm going to show you what is the price, 88.13. I'm going to show you what MSR says and what the signals are. So we haven't seen, we saw a 9 here, it blew past it. I'm going to get down to the 4-hour on the 3-day. We are coming down. It looks like a perfect rejection. Let me get rid of MSR. Looks like literally a perfect rejection. However you want to put the candles, I can line it up from the candles, from the wicks, you know what I mean? However you want to do it, it looks like a perfect rejection. And I'm expecting maybe a wick high to wipe out the longs, or everybody who went long here, FOMO for having, we're going to see basically they are trapped long here, and you can see everybody's trying to get out of their positions. People who bought Bitcoin are maybe regretting it. They're like, shit, only if I can just, break even or whatever it is. And now we're coming down. We're validating shorts. We're going to wipe out longs, and then I think we're going to wipe out shorts going the opposite way and just breaking this trend line. But like if COVID wave 2 happens, I know a lot of states and countries are unlocking. They're unlocking, the quarantine. So if it just goes, exponentially worse, and market makers and whales will definitely take advantage of that and strip people out of their Bitcoins and make a rough shakeout. But they do need the liquidity down for that as well. So I think they are going to capitulate. They're going to take out long holders, and we're seeing that right now. Everybody was FOMO for having, and I even saw 11K, 12K, 13, 14K, and those same people who FOMO bought or market bought 9.5K, 9.9K. People are asking, should I buy? It was 9.6K before the halving, and even almost close up to 10K. So yeah, definitely was a great, just looking at the past data, I still see this move down, get worse, change the whole trend from this uptrend, which if we're looking, we'd be drawing something like that. And you can see that the whole line is getting broken through right now. I'm going to fix that. So yeah, it definitely looks like we are breaking this uptrend that after the COVID dump, we have worked our way to build. So, you could keep drawing this different ways to see, we still have some room. Yeah, exactly. Right here where I put this line as well. This was on the larger time frame. So right here would be a great place to take a long, and you can expect maybe a wick down here. But if it does break down, this would be at the end of this up move. So if we go on the 4-hour, and this is exactly what, I thought was going to happen. When we broke down here, we went to 9,300, and I literally had the lines before I did this video. So I took it, no, that was not from that move. I took it from here, because on the 4-hour, I'm going to show you as well. The RSI definitely was it. Okay, I'm going to play with this one. I'm going to play with this. No, yeah, that's the wrong move. That's totally the wrong move. I said 9,300. I don't even know what I'm trying to do here. Okay, that's not it. I like to find the best candle and doing so. It's hard to actually pick one. The TD crossover is a good way to look at one, but also looking at like the most influential candle that's pushing it out of the debt trend. So like these are all just like, this is just consolidating right here. So I'd look for like, this is the candle I would use on this down move, and this is either this or this one would be here. So this was perfect here. I thought it was going to get rejected at 73, which it did actually. So pretty happy about that. And we are working our way. Another thing that I wanted to point out here on the RSI was that I noticed that this made a high on the RSI, which is great to notice divergence, and then it made the low. And then this actually was the initial. You see that it made high here, but this went higher. So this was the high of the candle. As you can see, these candles went higher, and then this was the high. The wick is way higher than this. You can just see that. I don't need to cross that out. So when you have the high here, and then this put in a lower high, and while this putting in a higher high, that's divergence. That's non-confirmation. So, and with all this toppy, overhead resistance, 10 grand, 5-digit psychology, COVID, post-halving, dump, with me knowing all that, it's a clear short. And then you're looking for, the variation of candlesticks to take that short, or maybe you got the short up here. So you don't have much room, 10.5 for a stop loss. So if you want to use 10.5 for a stop loss, where was this 10.5 somewhere up here, or even this local high, which we put here, you would just adjust your lot sizing. So you take a 2% maximum loss. So that's Bitcoin as of right now. Let's look on the MSR. I'm going to remove all these drawings and let's take a look at these signals. So MSR went short at 88.20. You could have entered here. This would have been the optimal entry, or you wouldn't double down until you got into the ocean, but you would take the full size short. So, it's a bit extended from the moving averages here before you got the signal. So maybe you'd enter 10 or 20%, but here I'd be confident enough, especially with the trend and the way it was looking, confident enough to enter my full size entry right there. And that worked out great. On the 4-hour, you can see here, this gave you multiple times to buy, multiple times to re-enter. You bought here as at the start of the trend, re-entered if you wanted. You'd probably be fully exposed. You can almost double down as it's coming into the ocean. Then it's starting to move up. You can trim here, trim here. I would hold 50% of my balance, my actual order as we are long, because I don't want to be like not exposed to the market when we're long. It wouldn't make sense. I need to be in this trade as I'm in a trade right now, which the price is 88.04, so I'm good. So we trimmed, we re-added to our position, and now we're back into this with 100% of our capital. We trimmed up here, didn't get the trim here. We are now buying on the 4-hour. This is a 4-hour long. You can see that this, I wouldn't give it as much weight to as I would here. We've already taken a lot of profits, and you can see that the moving averages are about to turn over. They're about to start turning downwards. The structure is breaking down. So, I would use the stop loss, the recommended stop loss, as I would all the time, but I would be using it definitely more closely here on the 4-hour. On the 15-minute, we are short 9,200. That was a good short. Same thing here. Catching taking profit here, re-entering, taking profit, re-entering, taking profit, and we're still in the trend. So this is short. On the 15-minute, I wouldn't enter this. It's a bit late. Yeah, you're definitely late to the party. You can just see the last 15-minute longs and shorts. And this is the one I'm currently in right now. So I'm in the 3-minute trade. 3-minute caught the nice short. You caught the nice short on the 3-minute. And now we are long. So as you can see here, we just had the big short. It's not too big, but from 9,100 to 88, $300 using leverage, that's a great trade. Definitely a great trade. And now after these moves coming down, getting rejected, I sometimes see choppiness. So this could be like a whipsaw move. We'll get one or two, and then we'll move out of this range, because this MSR using moving averages, parabolic SAR, I'm using lucid SAR here. Using it, I literally forgot what I was going to say, but I think we've talked more about Bitcoin, so we're going to move into Ethereum and XRP. Yeah, right now I'm long this. I entered what I'm happy to enter here, maybe like 30%. And then I'll enter, if I'm hoping this gets into like my double down area, and then I'll double down. But I think this will be just like a whipsaw signal. We just did have like a kind of big move down. The weekend, we've just kind of been consolidating, as you can see, consolidating from the 25th. It is the 25th today. We really haven't been doing much. So let's jump into Ethereum. Ethereum USD. So on the daily, I'll put the signals on. On the daily, this looks, wow, you know, from 289 to 85. That's crazy. I haven't looked at Ethereum's chart like Bitcoin, but it's super similar. You know what I mean? We're seeing the top right here. It's trying to hold its trend. Gotta find the perfect one. It's trying to hold its trend. Gotta find. I think that's perfect. You know, there's multiple ways you can pinpoint this. You could draw it. We'll use it from right here. So I think a lot of these cryptos are really riding on the end of, you know, their last defense. You know, this is the last line of defense. That's what I was trying to say. Last line of defense is basically right here. This is looking like it's going to break down. Same with XRP. XRP. I mean, this is Bitmex. Let me get the better XRP USD. XRP USD on Bitstamp should be good. Okay, so we already broke down. We already broke that down from when I was checking. You can see this is my target on XRP. This is like very low, but it is my target, 12 cents. And I saw a lot of people, oh, let's get XRP at 20 cents. Let's get XRP at 30 cents. And like when it goes to $2, $4, it's going to blow up. And it's like, look at this trend. It's just coming down. Like literally, it's just been moving down. This is on the daily. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't buy XRP till we have a confirmed reverse. Any way you want to put this is not looking good for XRP. So that's kind of my my thought for XRP. If everything falls down, can get it around 12 cents. Maybe it comes back up 100%, but right now this is trending down. I'm not too much big of a fan of XRP. Ethereum as well. Ethereum has really great moves, as you can see here. Like this just dumped. It was on a nice run. Looked like it was making this big move, and then I just gave it all back and more. Literally wiped out everybody on this move, unless you were shorting. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go live a few times a week with the 3-minute MSR on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, so we can trade this together, and we can make sure to catch some trades together. And yeah, I'll be excited to make some Bitcoin with the channel. So make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.